Well, hey, everybody. Just deciding to go live. I'm just getting used to the new system. So I'm going to be going live again tomorrow for the podcast. And so it just says description today is just today. It's Sid and Alicia will. But it's Touching Eternity, the podcast. And we will be going live. I'll be going live tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So this is just a reminder. This is Tuesday night. We are every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. live with Touching Eternity, the podcast. Alicia will not be with me this week. It'll be just myself. And we'll be covering the spirituality this week in energy and energetics and talking about spirituality. So check in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time and check out the new podcast. And let's send Alicia some safety and some healing and some love because she's going to be doing a drive down from up north and in this cold weather. And so I'm going to send her some love and some guidance. So I'm hoping that some of you out there will say some prayers for her, that she's safe on the road and that she makes it home okay, and all this crazy weather that's going on throughout the country. So we're going to send Alicia, Nicole, some love and some passion and tell her to drive safe. I would try to bring her in, but because of the weather, I'm a little nervous about bringing her in. So we'll wait and try that another time because I do want her to make it home safely. Um, because she is my BFF and I need her on side of me next week when we go live next week with the podcast. But tomorrow night I will be live here at 8 p.m. So join me, and you'll be seeing me periodically doing some smaller and little short clips throughout the week. And I'm going to start doing some morning sessions as well, probably before I head off to my work, and then I will do some in the evenings when I come home. But the big one is going to be every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with Alicia. So join us every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Her angels will be around her. Yes, they will. Thank you, Tracy. So yes, I am a little nervous because she went way up north and she's picking up an automobile and she is driving down by herself. And so I'm a little nervous. And I think it's like a 2-day trip for her in a car by herself. So I'm just, and she's done it before, but just with the weather and the conditions, I'm a little nervous for her. So I know she'll be all right, but I know there's a lot of snow. And even though I know she is a northern girl, so I know she's used to driving snow, I just want everybody to say a little prayer for her so she'll do just fine. But on that note, again, I'm going to mention some things. So, so tomorrow night, 8 p.m. here, Central Standard Time, TE, the podcast, we'll be talking about spirituality and how it affects us culturally, how we come into this world, how we develop it, and how we are influenced by internal and external factors, and how we have choices in life and how we can use those choices to make ourselves have a better life, and how we allow the choices to steer us in our lives. And I hope that many of you will join us in Touching Eternity, the event in Orlando, because I'll be going over briefly. The first class I will teach will be like a catch up from Touching Eternity last year. I'll give a brief, quick synopsis of the first part of energetics that I did last year, and then the rest of the conference will be all the new energetics part 2. And so, like I said, the first part of energetics part 1 was a lot of theory, and the second part is a lot of activity. And so we're going to learn about how to create a better life path for yourself, and we're going to work on some social dynamics, and we're going to have a lot of exercises to do with that, and how to create those positive flowing energy for yourself. So, and how to break cultural barriers and familiar barriers, and how to do it with respect and love and care for those people around you who may not want to make changes in their lives. So that's what I'll be teaching this year in Touching Eternity in Orlando. And then, of course, we'll have the other wonderful teachers there as well. So again, that will be in June this year, June 4th to June 8th. But most of all, this Saturday will be the grief group. And the grief group is, we do every month, but I do not do galleries. I do not connect to your loved ones during the grief group. But this Saturday, 1/1/1/11 at 1 p.m., I'll be doing the grief group at my home, and it will be a gallery. This is the only gallery where I will connect to people's loved ones and giving them messages. And that will be this Saturday at 1 o'clock. You can go to my website, sid-patrick.com, to get entrance. It is a $20 entrance fee. I will have some drinks for you. There'll be some mimosas. There'll be some coffee, some waters, maybe a few sodas. There'll be some drinks for those who attend. It is limited seating. So once it sells out, it's sold out because my house can only hold so many people. But this is the only event where I will, at the grief group, connect to your loved ones and give you a message. Everyone will get a message. I'm not saying everyone's going to get a loved one because I don't know who's going to show up until the event. But I will make sure everybody gets a message for the new year. If you would like an aura photo, that is also a $20 charge, so that would be $40, but you have to come before the event. So you need to get sometime after 12, between 12 and 12:30 to get your photo taken, and I will read your aura photo, and that is a sale price because normally now aura photos are $40, but for that day and that day only for the new year, for those who attend the event, they can have an aura photo for $20. So for $40, you will get an aura photo, you'll get a reading on that aura photo, you will get a message for the new year, hopefully from a loved one, or if not, I will give you a message for the new year. So you will get a message. So come that day, 1/11 at 1 o'clock, so 1/1/1/1, and join us. Sid-patrick.com is where you can get the ticket for the seat. If you have any questions for me, please, you can always call and talk to Stacy, 504-708-8353. She is my girl Friday. She handles everything for me. You're also going to be hearing me talk about pooling some career moves for people. I'm going to be gathering some information for hiring some people. So you're going to be hearing that a lot from me too. So you'll be seeing some posts on Facebook about that. It has nothing to do with this. It's something completely separate, but you'll be seeing that coming out shortly from me as well. So we will talk about that later as well. So, but main thing, let's all send Alicia some love. She had a little trouble getting to her destination. Her plane was delayed getting up there because of the weather. And she is now going to be driving back through the weather. And so I just want to make sure we send her some love and some care. So I'm not going to keep this long. Like I said, I have a new system and we're practicing with it. I am practicing with it, trying to get used to it. And just so I'm going to be going on a little bit every day, just talking about different things. I'm soon going to be doing some readings I'll be doing some readings actually tomorrow night, because after I finish with the session tomorrow night, I always like to end with a couple of readings, calling and see if I can connect with anybody's loved ones in spirit who are watching the podcast. So I will do some readings tomorrow night as well. Again, I only have a couple people that are watching, so I'm not going to stay on. Like I said, I just came on just because I want to be sure tomorrow night I'm not going to have anybody with me. I thought Magni was going to be here, but he is going to be on. I'm sorry, this isn't tomorrow. This is Wednesday night. I keep saying like it's Tuesday. Today is only Monday. Wednesday night is the podcast, which is, I keep thinking like today is Tuesday. No, today is Monday. Wednesday night for the podcast is when it's 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Magni will not be. I'm going to be by myself. So I'm going to be coming on tonight. I'll be on tomorrow night for a little while. And then Wednesday night is the podcast. Well, I keep saying tomorrow. I'm losing my days. I think it's jet lag from London. Like I said, I had a great time in London. You know, guys, I did 22,000 steps one day in London. That's a lot of steps. I really tested my little stent in my heart. So I think I'm going to be just fine. But anyway, I'm not going to keep this up. I just wanted to come on for a little bit. I will be on tomorrow evening for a little while again for another pre-test. And then Wednesday will be the podcast itself. But just like I said, I'm going to come on a little bit each night because I'm trying to get used to the new system. And then we're going to really start blowing it out of the water more and more and more and more. This week also we're working on bringing on guests because eventually I'm going to have Dominic on, I'm going to have Scott on, I'm going to have Mary on, I'm going to have Josephine on, but I'm just trying to work out the kinks before I start inviting other people onto the podcast. So I just want to get everything worked out fine, make sure that we're not crashing. I want to make sure that everybody can hear everything that I'm saying. So I really appreciate, Tracy, the comments. When y'all do comment, that helps me know that you can hear me when I'm speaking, and lets me know, that things are functioning properly on here on the sites. Now, I do also want to check one more thing before I hang up for the evening. I do want to check one more. All right, because I'm on 3 different sites, and of course, this is going to do. I need to go on here and see if... Okay. I wanted to see if I was showing up there. I have to ask Maggie to show me that. That can't be TikTok. It is TikTok. It's not TikTok. I was looking to see if I'm showing up on TikTok, but I'm not. I'm trying to see if I was trying to see if I could see my live itself on TikTok. I could see everybody else, but since I'm logged into me, it's not going to show me. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for coming in and following. And let me know that you can see and hear everything. So that is good. Tomorrow night I will come on again for a few more minutes, and we will. I will definitely have a topic tomorrow night. Today was just to make sure that I can log in on my own without anybody else being here. I did have Magni on the phone to help guide me through setting up the new system. So again, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. I will see the rest of you tomorrow night. So right now I will say good night. So I'm going to stop streaming and stop recording.